Hello. Greetings once again from beautiful and sunny Cleveland, Ohio. My name is Steve Malbassa. This week I'll be reviewing some of the technological benefits that oncology has seen, a little bit of how they relate to neoevolution, which I define simply as wanting a longer and fuller life, as well as having your facilities about you when you get older, and some possibilities for the future in oncology. Let's see what we got. Thank you very much, and let's do a beautiful thing. First, I want to talk about neoevolution as it relates to oncology. Neoevolution to me is just simply wanting to live better for a longer period of time. As an example, I'm 46 years old. In early days in America or in modern day Afghanistan, I'd be an old man. They'd be looking to throw dirt on me pretty soon. I'd like to think I have more in me than. I wanted to give you a very quick oral history of cancer. It begins when cells in a part of the body start to grow out of control. There are many kinds of cancer, but they all start because of out of control growth of abnormal cells. It is the second leading cause of death in the United States. About one half of all men and one third of all women in the United States will develop cancer during their lifetimes. Our oldest description of cancer, they didn't call it that though, was discovered in Egypt and dates back to about 3000 BC. It describes 8 cases of tumors that were removed by something called a fire drill, which sounds pretty barbaric, and it said there was no known cure for this disease at that time, which is pretty much true the first several centuries of this disease. And people actually were very much afraid that cancer was contagious in the earlier era and the older history. In the 1779, the main cancer center in Paris was forced to move out of the city because of this fear. And a number of doctors made advances towards the treatment of cancer in the 18th century. The guy who made a big one was a man named George Papanicolaou, who did some research on the menstrual cycle and discovered a link between it and cervical cancer and presented his findings in 1923. Past treatments have included hormone therapy. They've included radiation, which is still very much in use today. Nowadays, we're able to aim it a lot more precisely. Chemotherapy, again, still very much in use today. Immunotherapy, which is drugs aimed at specific immune checkpoints to help the immune system better kill cancer cells. And targeted therapy, which is influencing the processes that grow growth, division, and spread of cancer cells. Cancer was once a word that was taboo to speak of in our society. People rarely admitted to being a cancer survivor. However, today, many celebrities and national leaders very openly discuss and share their cancer experiences, like Lance Armstrong, former Supreme Court Justice Sandra Day O'Connor, and Sheryl Crow, just to name a very random few. Our medical care is becoming exponentially faster, better, smaller, and cheaper, and all this manages to influence the care of oncology. Oncology is becoming faster in the sense we're able to target tumors more rapidly than ever before. We've used something called computer tomography scans, or CT scans, which image the body which are now able to image the body in 3 dimensions. Early CT scans could only do 2. We had to do better than 2 dimensions, so we came up with PET scans, positron emission tomography, which use radioactive sugars that can help in locating a tumor because cancer cells take up or they absorb sugar more rapidly than other cells, and SPECT scans, which are similar to PET scans and only to use radioactive tracers, again to record the tumors in 3 dimensions so doctors can see how deep as well as how wide that they are. Oncology is becoming better. Survival rates are increasing. Again, it used to be a disease with a death sentence. In 1975, however, there was a 5-year relative survival rate for all cancers that was combined had gone up to 50% over 5 years. Quite a jump, actually. Over time, in 2007, the latest year for which I was able to find statistics, the 5-year survival rate had jumped to approximately 68%, with a 5-year relative survival rate for all childhood cancers combining to be an 81% survival rate over 5 years. We are finding cancer more, however, we are also finding it earlier, so that spiked the number of cancer cases that occurred. And the good news is that early cancer is very treatable. Oncology is becoming smaller. Wireless technology is greatly available for skin cancer. Now there's almost an app for it, for online diagnoses. It is heading towards wearable devices for oncology that can be accessed via wireless devices by a physician, and we use smaller incisions for surgery. Oncology is becoming cheaper, again with wireless smartphones and handheld devices. These services are going to be available in underserved or rural areas that have fewer doctors. They'll still be able to access their information online. And also we use stem cells, which are replicable and for treatment for further diseases. These are some of the sources that I used in my presentation. I hope you found this enlightening and informing. Again, my name is Steve Malbassa. Thank you very much for your time. Have a good day and good luck.